Good morning. Talking about it again. Okay. Click like, click share, share it to everybody. Share all my videos to everybody. Click like if you like it. Um, and if you don't, you can also click. Anyway, this story is about my neighbors when I was on Flatbush. Anyway, I had this neighbor. I was an officer, and I worked a lot of hours. So I wasn't minding anybody's business about who is this, who's this, whatever. So anyway, I got this neighbor. Her name was Chantel. Her and her boyfriend moved in. And how me and Chantel met, I was coming home from work one day, and because her apartment's next to mine, and across across from mine, so I saw the keys in her thing, in her what you call it, in her door. So I knocked on her door and I pointed to the keys. She looked at the keys, took it, and closed the door. Fine. I went back into my house, went into my house, went to sleep, got up for work, and months passed, nothing. So she was living there for a couple of years or whatever. I knew nothing about the girl. Didn't want to know nothing. I was too busy with my own life and my own career, me and my son. So anyway, I started I had some friends named Jeanette. Jeanette Alphonse. Now, Jeanette had like four brothers. Jimmy, Robert, I forget the other one or the other two. I really forgot the younger ones. So anyway, but me and Robert was cool. My son and Jimmy was cool. That's one of my son's best friends. And me and Jeanette was definitely cool. So it had this guy named Andy. Andy was Trini. Jeanette and her brothers are Haitian. And Chantel is also Trini. She's Trini Indian. Um, Andy is Anderson. He's Trini Spanish. And with Spanish descent. And that guy there, man, he is just a pain in my side and everywhere else. Because I'll tell you why. One day, I started talking to this. Oh, let me tell you before I started talking to the guy. So, I noticed that every time somebody come in front of my door, Chantel gets to know them. And I order a lot of stuff because I don't have time to go shopping all the time. So most of the time I'm ordering stuff, for work, for home, whatever. She gets to know my UPS guy. My stuff begins to be missing. You understand? Because she's very pretty, or was pretty. I don't know. I heard she passed. And I found it strange, but I didn't. What would you do if stuff are missing? You just make a complaint. So I just made a complaint to the post office. My stuff didn't come, or I called UPS and my stuff didn't make it or whatever. I wasn't pinpointing anybody. I just, because I also had different delivery guys, but he used to be more of a regular. She started talking to him, and my stuff started missing. Ended up in her house. You understand? I guess she used to tell him, "Oh, leave it here," because I don't think he would knowingly leave it and give it to her, and So maybe she pretended to be my friend, and he left it with her because he was a young guy, and I never received my stuff, never. So anyway, then me and Jeanette were friends. She started making friends with Jeanette. So now all of a sudden Jeanette is vouching for her. Oh, Rhonda, she's not like that. She's a good girl. And you don't know her, Rhonda. You don't know her. I'm like, all I know is my stuff is missing. And all I know that you better be careful because Jeanette was, I think she got married to her boyfriend or she was seeing her boyfriend or something. So just be careful. Don't bring your man around her. So anyway, um, oh, I told her that after the next thing I'm going to tell you. I mean, the other things I'm going to tell you. But at that time, I didn't tell Jeanette that yet. I just told her that my stuff is missing, whatever. So one day, I had to print something out, and Jeanette have a printer. My printer wasn't working. I called Jeanette because everybody worked and everybody got up early. So, because when sometimes 7 o'clock when I'm going down to the stairs or 8 o'clock I'm going downstairs, everybody's leaving or whatever. So we all talk. So I called Jeanette early in the morning one day, and she told me she's not home, but her brother Robert is home. Now Robert is a post office worker, and he worked for the post office. So I'm like, okay. She said, go ask Robert. I'm gonna call him. Go ask him to use the printer, and he'll let you. So I went out my house and I knocked on the door. And sure enough, Robert let me in. But guess who was looking? Chantel. Chantel was looking through her peephole. So she saw me going that direction because there's two apartments that direction. Jeanette's apartment and Jeanette's ex-husband's. That's a different story in itself. Jeanette's ex-husband Peter's apartment, you know, and so I went, and Chantel knew Jeanette wasn't home because remember Chantel started talking to Jeanette, so she started knowing Jeanette's business. So I went. She saw me going in that direction, so she started making friends with Peter and Robert because she didn't know who I went to. So one day I'm in my house. She comes knocking on my door. Hi Rhonda, can I borrow some sugar, please? I said, oh sure, because I wasn't really into it. I really didn't care because me and Robert were just friends. Me and Jeanette was just friends. Me and Peter just friends. So okay. Oh, do you know that me and Robert, we're getting married. He's taking me to Haiti, and we're gonna be good. And then he buying me a house, all kinds of goodness. I'm like, oh, congratulations. So a couple of days after when I saw Robert, I said, oh, Robert, congratulations. He's like, what do you mean? Robert Alphonse. He said, what do you mean? I said, congratulations. I heard you're getting married. He said, married to who? I said, I heard Chantel told me you and her getting married. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's a funny story. He said, what are you talking about, Rhonda? I said, yeah, she told me y'all getting married, so I just want to congratulate you, invite me to the wedding. He said, girl, please. That's just a hit and run. I'm like, Robert. He said, girl, don't believe the hype. I'm just having fun. I'm like, I said, well, she's taking it on a whole nother level. I'm like, he said she can take it wherever she wants to. It's only going to end up one place. So anyway, he told me it's basically a hit and run. So that didn't go nowhere. She just thought that me and Robert was at it. You understand? So then I started talking to this guy in the building. And he told me, he said, Wanda. I said, what? I never, because believe me, people, I don't talk to people around my block. For the simple fact, I'm a very private person. And when me and him argue, I don't want the whole world to know. If me and him, get special together, I don't want nobody to know because it's nobody's business. Because, I was raised a certain way. You understand? You just don't let your personal business like that get out, or people knowing who you're doing or what you're doing. So anyway, he came and told me, he said, who the hell are you? I'm like, what do you mean? He said, because I've been on this block for 2 years working, and I tried to talk to 2 people, and they didn't give me the time of day. And soon as they heard that I was talking to you, they all in my face now. I'm like, oh, really? So he didn't tell me who the 2 people was at that time anyway. So then, slowly but surely, he was like, oh, Rhonda, the guys in us is going to be going over by Chantel and smoking some weed, because they all smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes or weed. So, for other girls, it's like, yeah, right, that's just an excuse. No, they all went over because they was having parties, because that's what they do. But slowly and surely, one by one, he would come tell me. He's like, oh, it was just me, Chantel, and one other guy. Or me, Chantel, and two other guys. Or just me and Chantel. So it started, you know, it started going down and down and down. Meanwhile, her and Andy plotted to have to for her to take the guy away from me. You understand? Because this is what my boyfriend came and told me. Oh, Andy said that nobody can come around the women on this block until he had to go get at them. And his then after him is all his buddies. I said, oh really? Who made him tell me that? The next time I saw Andy, I went up to him. I'm like, excuse me, it comes to my attention that I'm supposed to be your fucking property. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, because my boyfriend is telling me that you told him that he can't talk to me because he's not from this block, and I gotta go through you, and then some other people before me and him could talk. I'm like, who the fuck are you? He said, oh, Rhonda, you know me. I mind my business, and I just stay to myself. If you ever have him in any kind of ordeal with you in your situation, and you ask him a question, that's all his answers are. Oh, you know me, I just by myself. You don't see me doing nothing. Yeah, but you be doing that undercover shit, nigga. So anyway, push comes to shove, he sent Chantel after my man, right? So when I noticed that they was spending too much time together, I asked him, I said, are you sleeping with her? He told me no. You're not sleeping with her. But then the super came, because it was him, and her, Andy, and the super, and some other people um, had her go for him. You understand? So anyway, well, they end up getting together anyway. You understand? He denied it. To this day, he denies it. I don't believe him. So he's like, no, I'm not sleeping with her, and blah, 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 blah. But I see you sneaking out of her house. If you wasn't sneaking out of the house, all the other time you told me you was over there smoking and chilling and whatever, how all of a sudden you're not telling me nothing? But anyway, yeah, so she came to me, and so anyway, when I found out they was that I thought they was messing around or whatever, I left them. You know, I stopped talking to him. I would see him, I would just stop talking to him. I guess he was wondering why I stopped talking to him. I told him, I said, I don't mess with cheating men. If you think it's better over there, please, by all means, go over there. Come to find out, she was a trick. She was a trick. Not to talk bad about her because she took my man, so to speak. No, but she was a prostitute. She was prostituting. Plus, she was a drug addict, and her mom was having some trouble with her, and her mom used to come there. The city ended up taking her kids, and it was terrible. Yeah. Her and her boyfriend moved in, but her boyfriend started beating her up because every time he came from work, she would be sleeping with one of his friends. That's before the Andy stuff. Yeah, her and her boyfriend broke up. So what he did, he said, okay, since you like screwing my friend so much, make some money off of it. He turned her into a prostitute. Or she turned herself into a prostitute. And what happened with prostitutes? They like getting high. Because like I said, she was getting high. She became a crackhead. Or she was along the way getting already there. But now she had to work as a prostitute for a living. So Andy became her pimp. So instead of working for herself and her ex-boyfriend, now she started working for Andy and his crew. So what Andy does is every girl on the block, he would bully into working for him and his boys. And I wasn't one of them. So he started setting me up. I got a police job. He wanted me to bring drugs into the jails and stuff. I'm like, no. So he started dating one of my captains who lived across the street. I didn't even know she lived across the street. She started bringing in drugs for him. You understand? And because I was not in his crew and not doing what he wanted, he would torture me. He would get my mail. Because remember, Robert lives on the block, and Robert is his friend. So Robert started getting my mail for him. And they started stealing my mail and all that stuff. And then Jimmy became an electrician. And Jimmy installed cameras in my house. and in my apartment, in my son's place, so, and in my mom's place. So now it got cameras in the place, and now they seeing it, and I didn't know. And then I'm having trouble on my job because his girlfriend, who is not my supervisor per se, but a supervisor of the jail, and she came in my area one time and told me she wanted to search my bag. I'm like, go ahead, because I know I'm not bringing in nothing. You understand? And she made a whole big ordeal about it. So that's why, long story short, she's one of the reasons why, because she went around and told the supervisors that I beat her up. And I'm not a fighter. I would fight, but I haven't fought since what, third grade? No, fifth grade. Because I fought Pauline. Pauline wasn't in my school, in my class. She lived in my building. I haven't fought since fifth grade. So she lied and told them that I beat her up. And there was three other officers there plus 30 inmates. And I beat you up and you're walking around with stuff on your neck. First of all, if you had all that stuff in your neck, they don't keep you in the jails. They put you somewhere else. So she was lying right then and there. So I had to go through a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why she gonna lose whatever she's getting, because you're gonna be stealing money out of my pocket. You're gonna be lying on paperwork about me and some bullshit because of your man and his drug business. You gonna get it. Yes, you gonna get Miss Fulton. What's her name? I'm gonna get her name in a minute. Yes. Yes. And the so anyway, so me and my boyfriend broke up. Then Chantel had to move out the building. Yeah, she got thrown out the building. He didn't help her. He didn't help her. She still was a prostitute, but he didn't help her. So he had all these girls doing stuff, and he got all these people doing stuff. And when it comes down for them needing help, he don't help them. He just leave them alone and move on to the next chick. He got like 7 baby mamas, 7 or 8. She's not one of his baby mamas, but she was one of his prostitutes. You understand? And this is what he did. And so happened, talking about which, but I'm not going to get into that. Somebody who moved in with me, I'm not going to, knows him. I'm not going to get into that story. But anyway, yeah. So, so Jimmy and Robert and Jeanette, their family, the Alphonses, and they fell into the trap of Chantel. And Chantel was going around sleeping with everybody's man. And then she had the virus, you understand? Because she was a crackhead. The city took her kid. Her mom started having to watch the kid. Her mom is, getting older. So, it was turmoil. And she had a nice son too, but, them cute girls, boy, I tell you, they fall into the trap of that fast dough. And that's the life that happened to her. So anyway, to join my new life in, so I moved on the block, and my car was messing up and stuff. Not knowing the block that I now moved on, her sister lived next door to me, moved next door to me, because they found out where I moved, and everybody just started moving around me. Her sister and her husband moved next door to me. Then somebody else's cousin moved across the street from me. Then I used to work with this Haitian girl named Burks, Officer Burks. Her family was across the street from me. And then I worked with Murphy. Her sister lived across. I'm like, everybody was just moving around, all of them. And all of them is in the drug business. All of them is in the drug business. They're not my family, so, and they're not my friends, so I can tell their business, and they don't like me, and I don't give a fuck. Yeah, they in the drug business. The Haitians, they in the heroin business. For Matthews. Then the Jamaicans, you know where they at. And then the Guyanese. Oh yeah. They all in the drug business. I'm an officer, so I guess they thought I was better than. No, I've been knowing drug dealers all my life. I ain't never snitched on nobody. It's just you getting in my business, you tapping my phone, you doing all kinds of bullshit. So I'm gonna tell your business. Yeah, I would. Well, I'm supposed to hold your secret while you fuck with me? Oh no, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You don't send people after me. You don't mess with me. You don't do stuff to me, and I'ma still keep your secret. Are you stupid? No. I mean, I'm gonna try to talk to you because street code or whatever. And if you can't be spoken to, and you think it's all gravy because you got 3 million people behind you, and you got a crew of women who can come bash my legs in or whatever, and I'm supposed to keep your secret? No, they all drug dealers, heroin, coke, crack, you name it, they in it, and I'm gonna let the whole world know. Four, yep, all of them, all of them, all of them. So I'm the only officer amongst the crew that's legal because the Haitian family, my partner, my work partner is an officer also, and she was bringing in heroin in the jails. Yep, and they stealing people's money, mine. They doing all the things. That's why one of these girls here, Linda, yeah, she does credit card frauds and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, she steal people's information, getting they phone. Yeah, all that part of that crew. So she's recruiting everybody around here. But I'm no hater. I just want y'all to know I know y'all business, and I'm gonna spill my guts if y'all keep bothering me. Plain and simple. I'm not gonna hold on to your secret, and you messing with me and my family. You setting up cameras all over the place to watch me and my family. All right, then we gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Whatever cop you use, he's gonna be under surveillance. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. I'm gonna use every resource I got to bring you down, just like you using every resource you have to bring me down. I don't care if it's a million of y'all and it's only one of me. I don't care. Either way, I'm gonna die sooner or later. But you're not gonna sit there listening to what my family is doing and watching and listening to what my family is doing and don't accept the same thing to be done to you. Yeah, they set up a whole studio in my house. My bathroom, my kitchen, all my lights, my bedroom. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? You in your bedroom on your private moments, or you taking a shower, you come in your bedroom to change your clothes, and people on YouTube or something watching you naked in your own personal spot because they done set up a YouTube station or something. Can you imagine? And they all laughing about it. They ain't laughing now because it's happening to them or they losing their job. Yeah, it's serious shit. It's serious stuff. These are the things that they're doing. And they don't think about it on the other foot. How would they feel if somebody's doing that to their family or their friends? They don't think about that. But they all giggling and mumbling amongst each other how great it is to see everything that I do or everything my family's doing. Yeah, I see this. I see the workers coming here setting up their cameras and stuff. I see them. It's being noted. I see it, and they're gonna be taken care of, plain and simple. And you're gonna lose everything, just like how you let me lose, and you let my family lose. You're stealing my family stuff, my son's stuff. Yeah, and as you see, we don't really talk like that. So you went after my family who was innocent. So now I'm gonna get you. Everything I know that yeah, Marlene used to be dealing in heroin, so I don't give a fuck. Or still is, since she wanna stalk me and whatnot. And the other one, all them beauty salons. You see all these restaurants and stuff. Yes, I know. He told me not to mess with Jamaicans. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut for now. All right.